Like, I appreciate everyone here. I did my speech.
Okay, I will give credit to anyone who does food service, because I worked at like a drive-through coffee shop for one day. I hated that. Like that was the worst. And I'm terrible at cooking. You worked there too?
Okay, thank you.
Oh, which you worked there? I worked there. I worked there 20.
Everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, please stand and let me know you're here. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Jeremiah Mark, is he in custody?
No, Judge.
Jeremiah Roberto Mark. Rafael Rodriguez Jr. Troy Moore, custody. Augustine Lopez. Augustine H. Lopez Jr. Melissa Paez, custody. Kenneth Mendez, custody. Christine Marino. Christine Amanda Marino. Brandon Person, custody. Rudy Madrigal.
Macho present.
I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your last name?
Macho.
No, it's Rudy Madrigal.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. Deputy Laura, I know my accent is not as it should be, but I was pretty sure about that one. Amber Cortez. What is happening today? Santiago Hernandez. Jose Trujillo, custody. Eddie Bustillo.
Deal.
Thank you. Christopher Arias, custody. Rudy Camacho.
Present.
Thank you. Kelly Cadena or Cadena. Kelly Jean Cadena. Edward Vera.
He's here.
Angelo John. Angelo Ryan John. Isabel Kalunga, custody. Joseph Sebastian Gonzalez. Thank you. Larry Garcia. Alan Hazelwood. Israel Flores, custody. Quentin Meadows should be by Zoom, right, Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
He's not on yet. James Lord, custody. Frank Garza. Tiana Cheeseman.
Here.
Thank you. Anthony Jade. How do you pronounce it? Montejo?
Montejo.
Anthony Jays. Thank you.
He's present.
Alan Hernandez, custody. Thank you. Eric Cantu. This shouldn't be on the docket, right, Norma?
It should not be. No.
Okay. Well, when is that reset for?
We haven't got a reset date yet, Judge.
Okay.
It's a recap to you, see what you're
Okay. March 26th. All right, so that'll be March 26th. And so for the persons here, that's being reset so that the attorney for the witness can have their discovery. All right, Juan Martinez, custody. Arnold Pena, custody. Timothy Rivas.
We got it.
Thank you. Emmanuel Galindo.
Present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is there anyone who came in later, your name was not called? Oh, what's your name?
Gabriel Martinez.
Gabriel Martinez. Do y'all see him on the docket?
I don't think he's on the docket, Judge, but I'll check it. You're on.
All right. And who else, sir? What's your name?
Victor Espinoza, Your Honor.
Victor Espinoza?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, just give us a moment. I don't think either of you appear on the docket, but do not leave until the coordinator speaks with you, and we'll find out if you're in the correct court or if you should be here on a different date, all right? All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. Please follow these rules. Oh, Meredith, are you here for Mr. Cantu?
No, I have choice.
All right. Yeah, so it's been reset for March 26th, so you'll have a chance to review all the discovery. All right, thank you. All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. Number one, you're not ready to approach the court unless you've conferred with the state and conferred with your client. If your client is in custody, please ask the deputy to bring your client out. We cannot proceed unless your client is out. The other thing is if your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, ask the clerk and they'll have an interpreter call. That is Miss Abrams. She's an integral part of the system. She's with probation. If your client is on probation or you think they're going to get probation, please speak with her and confer with her. All right, everyone, when you get ready to approach, just let the clerk know and let them know your reason for approaching because we're going paperless. All right, everyone, please confer.
Gabriel Martinez?
Deputy Lord, do you have your hydrating? thing?
Yes.
Yes.
No, ma'am. If I may, I called my lawyers, they took me to work in here. They told me that my court date was 12, probation are the 1, 2, 3 to come here today. But he told me that they probably didn't get the notification.
Oh, I got it right away. It's really hydrating.
They're to be here.
The electrolytes.
Yeah, middle name's Rogers.
Bashan,
Hi, Judge.
happy Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month. I went to
February
I went
5th,
to church yesterday. My best friend, she did it amazing.
Oh, that is so awesome.
For the first Sunday.
Where our woman today, Marsha P. Johnson.
Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
Is there a chance we can talk with you?
Sure, just give me a moment.
All right.
All right, hold on. Thank you very much.
And then Bashan. COVID is still around. My mom has COVID.
Oh,
Man.
no.
Yes. So it was a lot of phone calls for me last night to make things work. Thank goodness for a 24-hour pharmacy. But I had medication called in by 2 p.m. It wasn't ready till 9:30.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, so everyone,
Feelings overall though.
well, she wasn't feeling well, while it was happening. She's like, it's worse this time. Because she's had it twice before. And so I'm just like, and I think she got it from,
Need to coach the judge.
when
I'm gonna
she
reset
went
it.
to the doctor's office for a regular checkup.
Sign in. Thanks, Bobby. New rules everywhere, huh?
So suffice it to say, I did not get any sleep last night.
Oh, no.
But I talked to her this morning, so she's feeling better
Here we go.
because she wasn't drinking anymore.
Giving it to you, I'm
You gotta
sorry.
drink fluids.
For that.
That's the number one thing, drink some fluids. All right, and Mr. Featherston, as soon as your client is brought out, I'll take up your matter.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Featherston, right?
Yes, it is, you gave it to Ms. Juan Martinez.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? Are you doing any football, as they say in Europe?
Football, right?
Yeah. I still remember you going to South Africa.
Something, well, I wanna go back to Africa. I don't think it's proper. I mean, I got to see, I went on safari, but it's not enough. I need to see a migration.
Oh my gosh, let me just tell you. I haven't done that yet. And so I'm looking at different trips. And one of my friends, they went to Africa and I think they went to, I don't know if they went to South Africa or not. I don't know which country they went to in Africa, but yeah, I've got to do it. Can you just tell me, it's such a, Zen-like experience.
If I was you, who you are, you should go, come on, man.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
You gotta do that. But I think you should go to like a trip of a lifetime. Not just be glad to have made it there and go find something near South Africa, near Johannesburg, but to actually go and follow the wildebeest or whatever it is, something.
Yeah.
And supposedly it's a matter of the right time of the year, the right place, because the animals are just going in a circle. And so you've got to wait for the right season. I tell you this because I've taken to fishing the last couple of months. I went to Florida to go fishing.
Mhm.
No, I finally get a permit, but I didn't get it. But I now know that there's permit on the border with Belize in southern Mexico. I'm taking a Tren Maya. You familiar with that one?
No.
They built a train that goes over the jungle in Yucatan Peninsula. And it's just opened last year. And I'm gonna take that train to go to this village to go fishing. But it's the right time of the year, the month of April, the best time to fish, the best time of the month when the moon is in a certain place.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm gonna be there. Because I came up empty in Florida for permit. I'm gonna get me that fish.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, because you know what? Life is short, and to me, I love just sitting back. I was telling somebody the perfect thing for me is sitting on the back porch with some lemonade, listening to the birds, but also traveling. I want to see, like I've been to Europe a lot.
You're a birder?
Hmm?
You like birds?
Yes. I mean, just because, birds are so interesting when you think about it. They're just living their life, building their nests, and it's just nice to watch.
We have siblings. We were just in Alaska at Denali, and this book was on sale. This is buy that thing. It was $20. Regularly $60. And we have now used it so much, so many things we've checked out. You can't check off a bird as a sighting unless you have confirmation.
Yes.
So it's the two of us. I mean, we've seen a lot of birds.
So they had a movie, I don't know what the name of it was, but it was about these people on this adventure, checking off birds.
No, they can get competitive.
Yes.
You know, I can put in a fountain in my backyard,
Mhm.
a little fountain this tall.
Mhm.
And the birds just love it.
Oh, yeah.
Just there every single day, more and more
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
to do.
Yeah.
To do.
Okay, you've made up my mind for me. I'm definitely gonna do it.
They just need somebody to go with.
Well,
Get
you
your
know
partner to take you.
Well, you know
Go
what?
with you.
I will tell you this.
Join a group.
They actually have groups now if you want to solo travel.
You're a joint. Oh,
Yes. And so you can do solo traveling. What is her name? She's Diana Ross's daughter. Michelle, what is Diana Ross? Tracy Ross. And Tracy Ross had this show out about being a solo traveler. And she said, first try something where you've been there before. Because she said, then it's not so scary to travel by yourself. She's like, and take a good book, because maybe your first time out, you're just going to stay in the hotel because you won't. But she said, I guarantee you just get more comfortable and more comfortable.
I went to India, I went to Europe, I went to China on my own, by myself. And now I've done all those trips again with a wife.
Yes.
Tell you what, it's much better with somebody.
Yeah.
And by myself, I was staying in the cheapest hotel I could find. With
Oh.
her, I'm class over here, really nice.
Yeah.
Consider that. 'Cause you-
Yeah.
you-
Well, I Deputy Laura was like, do the hostel. I'm like, Deputy Laura, I can't do a hostel.
Air conditioning, please, air conditioning,
Yes.
please.
Mhm.
So can I approach you, Judge?
Sure.
Your problem?
What is the case?
Have Mr. Alfonso Cabana sign first, sir.
Ah.
Page your
apologies.
pen at the bottom. Emmanuel Galindo.
All right, Emmanuel Galindo. Good morning.
It's here. Sure, that's it. Santiago Catasa.
Hello.
Just one second.
Amber Michelle Cortez.
I'm sorry, I'm waiting for Odyssey.
It was incredibly slow this morning trying to log in. I don't know what it is. Actually, you know, it's the Bear County Flyer.
It's the way to go. Well, the clerk told me how to update it. And that took 30 minutes for us to update. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with this.
Have a few minutes.
Just give me a moment. Sorry, I have to make sure that everything is uploaded in Odyssey. Let me try it again. Okay. Is this the first? Well, this is not the first time this case has been here. Okay, here we go. It says loading case summary. All right, here we are. All right, so what are we here for?
Good morning, Judge. So we're here, I guess, for an update or a modification regarding Mr. Galindo's case.
Okay, just one second,
Yes, Your Honor.
because this is a sex case, correct? All right, who else is ready?
Yes, and we have Rafael Rodriguez, page 1, 2 down.
Rafael Rodriguez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi, just give me one moment, I'm sorry. Right, it just takes a while for Odyssey to pull up. All right, so what is happening with this case, counsel?
Your Honor, this is my first appearance. I substituted in for Roland, had health issues. He hired me about a month ago. I've now seen all the discovery. I came and the file is not here. The prosecution says the docket says.
Well, just one second. Could I see the state on Rafael Rodriguez? Norma? Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't this case previously set for a PTD?
So you reached out to the prosecutor, it's Hunter Morris to his fraud.
Mhm.
He stated he would not extend PTD, but I
Okay.
gave him defense contract info so they can do it.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset for discovery and state. On that date, you need to tender an offer.
Yes, sir. Enough.
Thank you. Okay, Your Honor.
All right, they're gonna give it to me just,
May we be excused from here?
once he signs the reset form.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, what's the date?
Second, Judge.
All right, April 2nd.
April 2nd it is.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that for PPD?
No, that's for discovery and an offer due. They said that they didn't extend it. All right, who's next?
Yes, ma'am. We have page 8 at the bottom, Anthony,
Anthony Montoya.
that's how you pronounce it.
Hey, I'm thinking, we gotta see if someone corrects me.
Can I state something off record, Your Honor, before we start?
Sure, what's up?
Deferred adjudication,
Okay.
but we're withdrawing that because I don't believe he's entitled to, it, and that's not part of the agreement. We do have an application for probation, and that's what we're gonna go forward on.
Yeah, I have no objection to that, the charges and the eligible.
Rodriguez?
So we have an agreed recommendation for.
All right, and then, and I'm assuming Veterans Court is, oh, it says here,
I made a short stint in mental health.
no, it says that he failed to turn in the necessary documents for
Mhm.
screening and failed to respond to Veterans Treatment Court.
He is getting counseling, Your Honor.
Miss Abrams,
I'm texting someone right now, Judge.
all right, just have a seat. I'll see if Veterans Treatment Court will speak to you. Otherwise, this is gonna be a conviction. You understand?
Yes.
All right, just have a seat.
May I run to another court?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
Timothy, page 10 at the bottom, the probation status.
Yeah.
Timothy Rivas?
We're present, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, and what are we here for today?
Judge, I think this is a probation update. I think he just was accepted into the Veterans Court, right?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, that's a good program. So what will happen is they will be in charge of your conditions of probation. So whatever I've ordered, if they decide they want you to do something other than what I've ordered, or they want you to do less than what I've ordered, that will be completely up to them.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So just make sure you keep all your appointments with them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you graduate, I'll show up to your graduation.
I look forward to it, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, who's next?
I have this is, believe it is Featherston, that Juan Martinez. Believe, Yaya gave me the paperwork.
All right, Juan Martinez. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 0048887 State versus Juan Alberto Martinez. Can I have parties announce?
State. Robert Featherston and Pauls for Mr. Martinez.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Martinez, the court had a chance to, as I've told parties, I know the law on this subject matter, but whenever anyone gives me case law, I always like to reread it, to re-review it, because sometimes it says something different when you interpret it. So I've had a chance to do that. I do recall all of the testimony from the witnesses that were called. And based upon the case law, based upon the testimony for the witnesses, the defense's motion will be granted. Is there anything else?
Judge, the statement you pressed upon me passive.
All right. And just one moment. I will most definitely give you all the findings of facts and conclusions of law. But what the court will say is the court, with regards to any statements that were given, the court is finding that he was under arrest. It was not a detention, it was an arrest. And in the findings of fact and the conclusions of law, I'll state what the court is basing that upon. With regards to the arrest itself, the court is finding there was no probable cause for the arrest at all. And the court will submit findings of fact and conclusions of law as to why the court came to that conclusion, and the facts the court based those conclusions upon.
Your Honor, may I address the court?
Yes.
Judge, will your ruling include that his identity is suppressed? I mean, that's really the operative issue here,
Mhm.
that he had no probable cause or reasonable suspicion to determine his identity.
All right. So what the court is going to do is the court is suppressing the arrest. The court is suppressing any statements. That's what the court will do.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Judge, I think the state has not indicated whether they want to proceed with the case or not. If, and I'm assuming that we're still in the
I don't-
process.
Believe they have anything to proceed on. Everything has been suppressed.
Well, I agree with the court, but I haven't heard the state say that whether they're going to appeal or drop the case or.
And that is what I will need to check on. This would be any kind of appellate issue or anything like that.
All right. If you all could find that out today, because is this the only thing that's holding him in
It's
custody?
the only thing that's holding.
Yeah. So if y'all can find that out, I will get an answer from them today.
Your Honor, you're most kind.
All right. Thank you.
May we be excused, Judge?
Well, if you will make sure you come back so we can have an answer for you. I
I'll-
say we,
I'll
but
hit
the
the other,
state.
I'll put you on the circuit.
All right. Thank
Be right
you.
back.
Thank you. You're welcome. Anyone else?
I'm looking for a project. No, Judge, not at this time. Attorney Roger Brett is not available.
Okay. You are so on it.
I have Tiana Cheeseman, Judge, and this is the information I have for it.
Okay,
Page 8, 4 down, Judge.
okay.
Oh, and I'm waiting, they're gonna come. He says it's March 27th. She just. It's true.
Cheeseman,
Judge, if you want to take a second, there's a packet of mitigation packet that we put together with some very amazing stuff.
oh, and the state has no objection?
They've already received them.
Okay.
That's the worst thing.
Have it, Judge. All right, let me check. All right, thank you.
for a show. And so we're gonna roll and back something, okay?
Just 1 second. Sean.
Good
Good morning.
Yes.
I have Isabel Colombo, but I can't find her file. So I'm gonna go to 9.
You're gonna get her.
We can't find her file. We're looking for it.
And you still want your findings?
I'll go to 9 and come back.
Oh, okay. Right, thanks.
Thank you so much, Judge. Appreciate it.
They can't find her file.
How long is it gonna take? Facebook day?
Yeah, I don't know. They can't find it.
You might wanna let the judge, know what you want to do.
Do the whole sentence.
I do.
Now I have the answer that I needed.
Does Ms. Connolly would like to?
Oh, just give me a second. I need to read this.
Give her 1 moment, Ms. Kim.
Of course. I'm not the only reason she's here.
Linda?
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. Teresa Conley, I have Isabel Colunga, but the state can't find her file.
All right, State. Kalanga
Yes.
and Mr. Kalanga, where are you? Ms.
Yeah.
Kalanga, come down. What page is Kalanga on?
I'm sorry. What, you hear? Am I all right?
You got page 6 of the phone.
All right. And State, the other cases that are waiting indictment, I'm assuming there's no lab in yet?
If I haven't had an opportunity to look into that, if you give me a moment, I can look into it, but there's a whole bunch of files missing this morning because my file clerk decided to go on vacation and not pull it off yet. And so I have somebody working on it, but it's just taking a little bit of time because there's multiple. So I can look at that, right?
Okay,
Your Honor, may I look down to county court 9 while we're waiting?
sure. All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
More.
Did Mrs. Martinez send it?
Yes, does he have a copy of his dismissal?
I wasn't given a dismissal.
No, I've signed it. I haven't handed it to you yet, but he needs a copy and I think the state may have his copy.
Thank you.
The email that I received back was, does he really want to try to participate and is he going to
Okay.
like
where's
provide what he
the
needs?
attorney?
Somebody have one.
He's not in here. He's not in here right now.
Okay, just give
I'm
me.
gonna run down to the second floor. I'll be right back.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Gracias. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Have a good day, Judge.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Give his number. Got it all. Thank you. Okay.
Right here. Right here.
All right, could I see the parties on Cheeseman? All right, who else is next?
A reset for Troy Moore, he's on page 1, 3 down.
Troy Moore? How's it going?
Oh, it's going.
All right. All right, so what's happening with the VTC?
It's the evaluation is scheduled for March 27th. So we had hoped it would happen before today, but it did not. So we did confirm with probation it's scheduled for March 27th. My client wanted me to again ask for a bond.
Does he not have a bond?
No, because he didn't appear and when he was awaiting the Veterans Treatment Court, so you had remanded.
Okay, I'll address that. Let me just get these dates first. Ms. Ferguson, can you place this after March 27th? It's for a status on VTC.
That's fine.
All right, so that will be March 31st. And have you talked to the state regarding a bond?
No, I had not actually.
All right, if you'll speak to them, and if they have no do you have a motion on file?
No.
If you'll speak to them, and if they have no objections to an oral motion, I'll hear it today.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, thank you. Just have a seat.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, who's next?
Yeah. Okay. And that's not responsive. I'm pretty excited coordinator. Melissa Paez, page 2, 1 down.
Melissa Paez?
I did a
Thank you.
paperwork.
Oh, you have paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Oh, just have I'm waiting for them to give me the paper.
Yes,
Okay. And was there a plea on only one case?
yes, ma'am. 10 opposed.
Okay. And the other cases, some of them are taken in consideration?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 014167 State versus Melissa Paez. Can I have parties announced?
Robert Mauer for defendant.
And are you Ms. Paez? Just 1 second. Odyssey has been extremely slow. I know
One
that's
must not
nothing
speak ill
new.
of Odyssey, Judge.
So let me see. All right. And you're Ms. Pius, correct? All right, you entered a plea of guilty on January 21st. The enhancement was waived. The PSI was waived. The TAP evaluation was expedited. Counsel, have you received, and state, have you received the TAP evaluation?
We've received it, Judge.
Any objection to the TAP evaluation, state or defense?
No.
Then according to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,200 fine. State is opposed to your application. This is running concurrent with 2025 CR 008396. The state is taking in consideration 2025 CR 014168. Was there a plea on the 2025 CR 008396 case?
Yes, please.
Could I have the plea paperwork on that, please?
On who?
Yes, there are two cases.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wrote down the one.
No problem.
What's her name?
ISPAIZ.
All right, and the court is also calling 2025 CR 008396 as well. And state, do you have any witnesses you're opposed? Defense, any witnesses you're opposed?
No, Judge.
All right, state, you're opposed. I'll hear your argument, but before we do that, for the record, in cause number 2025 CR 008396, there was a plea of guilty to count one. The enhancement in count two was waived without objection. And according to the plea bargain agreement in that case, punishment is be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,200 fine. This case is to run concurrent with 2025 CR 014167, taking in consideration 2025 CR 015020 and 2025 CR 015019. All right, the court will hear argument.
She would be a good candidate. She's done 2 trips to prison in the past, but more importantly, crimes. She's had in her history of crimes of moral turpitude. She's also involved in false information. Based on the TAP evaluation, it appears Ms. Paez is not motivated. And in the state's opinion, motivation is the biggest driving factor for someone to be successful on probation. So because of this reason, we asked.
All right, defense.
Judge, I spoke with Ms. Paez and she wanted me to speak on her behalf. So she informed me, and I think it's noted in the TAP evaluation, she has 4 kids and they're currently in the custody of the father-in-law. And apparently she had congenital heart failure and epilepsy. So while she was in the hospital, the kids were removed from her custody. I would anticipate if the court grants her release, there's gonna have to be some sort of CPS plan before she can get custody of the kids. She informed probation, informed me she planned to live with a friend of hers. She did mention, I mean, she's had prior criminal convictions for probation for drug use and indicated use of amphetamines and marijuana. But according to the TAP evaluation, none for 5 years. But I'd like to ask the court for probation so she can get out and try to take care of her kids and give her a chance to get back on track and hopefully stay out of trouble. So I'd ask the court to grant her application for probation.
All right, is there anything you wish to say?
I would be
Well, here's the thing, before you say anything, I would have to place you under oath and the state would have an opportunity to ask you questions. So do you wish to say anything? It's up to you. All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, I'm gonna need you to speak up so I can hear and probation can hear. And so that the state can hear. All right, if you'll state your name for the record.
Melissa Renee Pice.
All right. Whoever wishes
Melissa,
to
what would you
proceed.
like to tell the judge about why you think you should be given an opportunity of probation?
I think that I should be given an opportunity of probation because I have been incarcerated twice in the past, but I do have children out there and I do want to be in their lives. The only way I'm going to be able to get back in my children's lives is if I get back on the right track. And in order for me to do that, I know what the consequences come if I take this probation. If I mess up, I know that I'm going to have to go back and do a lot more time. So I know that. But the longer that I wait to get my life on track, I'm not going to be able to have my kids back. And I need to do that. When I get out, I have 2 job offerings, one at a Valero and one at a one at a hotel. Both of my friends are offering me jobs there, immediately. And I have no issue with submitting drug urinalysis. I have no problem doing none of that. And I just would like to be given that chance.
Pass witness.
Any questions?
Ms. Perez, you mentioned your children. Were you thinking of your children when you committed your offenses?
No,
How is the court to believe now that you're gonna use your children as motivation?
I would
be successful on probation.
I was grieving whenever I committed these crimes. My mom just passed away a year ago, this last month, just passed away. So I wasn't in the right state of mind. with these crimes. I wasn't thinking about anybody. I was being selfish. Thank you.
I don't have anything further.
All right, I have a few questions.
Yes, ma'am.
So I don't understand how your grieving translates into your committing crime. And the reason why I'm asking, I'm trying to understand your thought process.
Hey, when my mom passed away,
Does anybody have any Kleenex over there? Okay.
my mom passed away, I can admit that I just spiraled down just immediately after she passed away. Like I couldn't handle it. Like, and then I needed help paying for my brother's bills whenever I got out because I was living with him. I rolled out to Bevo, and I just got into something that was easy and it just stuck. And that's why I did it, because I just wanted to help, but drugs was never my addiction problem. It was the fact that I needed to help and I couldn't, but I was
So sorry, excuse me, miss, you're gonna have to take a seat. All right, you may continue.
I was grieving, and I can admit that I did start doing drugs, but like I said, drugs has never been my thing. So when I did that, it's just like when I got stuck doing that one thing on that drug, that it just kept going from there, and I just kept
And
going.
where were your children doing all of this?
They were my father-in-law. But my father-in-law again was telling me that I couldn't get back into my children's life until I was stable, and I understood that. But again, I was grieving and I started doing drugs, and I just, I got stuck in that predicament. And my parole out to is Bevo, and they're over here in San Antonio.
So your parole offers what?
I paroled out to Bevo where my mom lived,
Mhm.
and my kids are here in San Antonio.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right, so here's the thing, I don't think you're appropriate for probation, so I'm not gonna grant your application. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find you, and cause number 2025 CR 014167. Court is gonna find you guilty. The court will sentence you to a $1,200 fine. Time and money will run concurrently. Court will request the therapeutic community. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 008396. Take in consideration 2025 CR 01468. There's to be no contact with, I'm sorry, state, you may be excused. There's to be no contact with Mission Mitsubishi at 9800 San Pedro. And Charlene Hill. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And the court will sentence you to 9 years in the prison and give you credit for any time served. And that cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And cause number 2025 CR 008396. The court is going to find you guilty. Court will give you credit for any time served. Court will sentence you to 9 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,200 fine. Time and money will run concurrently. Concurrent with 2025 CR 014167. Taking consideration 2025 CR 015020 and 2025 CR 015019. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal? And I'm sorry, the court is also going to order the therapeutic community. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. The therapeutic community is designed to help you with whatever issues you may have. It's to help you hopefully come back into society, rehabilitated, and be successful and not get sent back. I don't have any jurisdiction to force them to place you in the program, but in the judgment, it'll see that the court requested the therapeutic community. It won't increase the time that you're in custody, and you'll need to request it as well. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, counsel. And Robert,
Yes, ma'am.
on that case, there were other cases that were taken in consideration, but it's not in the plea bargain, so I've signed those.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Judge.
Hanging in there. But again,
Oh, yeah, these are the ones I have.
I
Yes.
think one of our dismissals slipped right behind your computer, if you could check for us.
Ah,
Thank you. Thank you.
all right,
You're the
thank you.
court's
Oh,
adjutant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
all right, who's next?
And then I have Alan. He has two cases, one's an MTR, one is a plea.
Jeremiah Mark. Christine Marino. Rudy Madrigal. Wait, are you Christine Marino? Yeah, just have a seat on the second row.
Second row over there.
Rudy Madrigal. Amber Cortez. Kelly Cadena. Angelo John.
Check that camera.
Yes,
I have an answer on more.
yes,
Since the prosecutor wants to come up.
yes.
I'm gonna tell him he didn't.
Okay.
You got her man, put?
Of course. Yes, so are you gonna have any objections to her doing an oral motion for a bond?
Oh, no, not at all. I think we actually have an agreed upon.
Okay, so let me take this case up, then I'll call yours next.
Okay.
And we'll hear it.
Okay.
All right, who's here on Alan J. Hernandez?
Your Honor.
Judge, just for your edification, it's a motion to revoke and a new case of DWI third. We're gonna run CC 4 years. No probation.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, the court is calling 2026 CR 002947 State versus Alan J. Hernandez. Could I have parties announced for the record, please?
James Seeloff for the defense.
And are you Mr. Hernandez? Probation, there's no application in this case.
No.
All right. Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Hernandez, did you review the waiver of indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury review the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not to hold you over for trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand your attorney has the right to have 2 days pass upon the presentation of the information and 10 days to prepare for trial? Did you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up those rights? And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
All right, so the rights I've explained to you, do you understand
Yes,
them?
ma'am.
Are you giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Are you intending to give up those rights and enter into whatever plea bargain agreement you've reached?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review the information with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are you waiving the reading of the information?
Yes, we are.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? You're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more. That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Do you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I believe he was.
Mr. Hernandez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,400 fine. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 2976. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense,
That's our agreement.
state. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that you're waiving your right to appeal, the only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No,
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence.
Yes, sir. Proceed off receipts, exhibit 1 and all attachments.
no objection.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, he's 61 years old and he has a problem, obviously, and together with the motion to revoke, we think this is the only way to go.
All right, the court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a 2-year driver's license suspension, $1,400 fine, time and money to run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2022 CR 2976, and the court will recommend the therapeutic community. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we're proceeding in 2022 CR 2976. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Alan J. Hernandez who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 2976 for the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more on June 14, 2022 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number one, on or about the 21st day of January 2026 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Alan J. Hernandez, committed the offense of driving while intoxicated in violation of condition number one.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
State will waive the remaining knowledgeable.
Any objection?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number one, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 4 years in the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number one?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number one true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, the proposed agreement is to grant state's motion and sentence Mr. Hernandez to 4 years in prison.
To run concurrent with the. Okay, yeah, that's our understanding.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. State, you may be excused. All right. All right, the court will grant the motion. The court will revoke. The court, as previously stated, is finding violation of condition number one true. Court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. This will run concurrent with 2026 CR 002947, therapeutic community and 2-year license suspension. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we got the record. Here's the thing.
Credit for time served?
Yes, you'll receive credit for any time, sir.
I didn't hear it the last time.
Oh, that's okay. Legally, you're entitled to any time that you have served. You understand? All right, we can go off the record. The therapeutic community, I don't have any jurisdiction to have them place you in the program, but on the judgment, it will show that I'm requesting that for you. You really need to do your best to get in that program because you have an alcohol problem, right? And if you don't solve that, what's going to end up happening at some point, you're going to be listed as a habitual. The minimum will be 25 years, or either worst case scenario, you're going to end up driving and killing someone. All right. All right. Good luck to you. When you're released from custody, if you can't find a sober support house to live in, you come back here. I will pick up the phone if I'm still here and find a place for you. Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
I suggest AA.
Mhm.
Good program. Okay, good luck, sir. Good luck, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
How's it look?
Oh, it is.
Still off the record.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay,
All right.
there's too many Stephanies in the 180.
No, there's only one.
Okay, okay.
All right, who's here on Maricela Urabas? Here you go. All right, who's next?
I have.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be Mary Chacon.
Okay.
Lindsay, that's dismissal is for you. And are they on the docket today?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Should my client come up to you? Judge?
Yes.
Or-
And there needs to be a bond set on each one, correct?
Yeah, I don't represent him on the other one, but I'm fine to request that. Yes, Judge. Somehow he has 2 lawyers. I think it might have been that I got off the wheel last summer for a while. It may have been during that time.
Norma, You want to call the defense attorney on the other case and see if there's any objection for Ms. Chacon being on both? That will probably be easier for everyone. Mhm.
Yeah,
I think I asked him last time.
and he didn't care. Okay, there.
All right, court is calling 2025 CR 009908 and 2025 CR 009982. Do I have parties announced for the record?
Brandon British, state.
Marriage cone for Mr. Moore.
And are you Mr. Moore?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so to address the preliminary matter, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Ma'am,
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Troy James Moore.
All right, and the cause numbering in 82, your attorney is listed as Brandon Lopez. It's the court's understanding that he has no objection to Ms. Chacon being placed on both of your cases. Do you have any objection to his withdrawal?
No.
All right, and Attorney Chacon, do you have any objection to being placed on both of the cases?
No, Judge, it makes it easier.
All right, thank you. And we're off the record just briefly. All right, it's the court's understanding that there is a oral motion for a bond to be set in each of these cause numbers. Is that correct to both parties?
Yes.
Correct.
And defense, I'm sorry, state, you have no objection to the defense's oral motion?
Not at all.
All right, defense, do you have any evidence for the court?
I need to call my client only for the purpose of him addressing not coming to court.
All right, and you're still an oath. You may proceed.
Mr. Moore, can you explain to the judge why you missed court in November? I believe it was November.
That was on Friday, but I came here, actually, I came on Friday. It's Thursday. I get the dates mixed up on one day. I was outside there, the door was locked.
Mhm.
So, and then that's why I missed out one day.
So when you came on Friday, there was no one here to check in with? Is that
Right, right.
Okay. Nothing further, Judge.
Okay. Then it's the court's understanding that you all have agreed to a bond or asking me to follow an agreement?
Yes, Judge, I believe our agreement is he's currently on bond for the 1 to 4 case at around 3,500. Because he was not showing up to court, we'd ask that you increase that bond to 7,000.
And then what is the bond in the 82 case?
It's 2,000.
All right, and does he have any criminal history, violent history?
These are a few arrests for assault, Judge, but it's mostly thefts, drug use, things like that.
All right, and has there been any conviction for any violent offenses? And I'm looking it up as well.
I don't believe so, but I don't have the history in front of me.
Odyssey is so slow.
I do know that he lacks the means to make a very high bond.
Okay.
And the Veterans Treatment Court person is here so we can make sure he knows when his appointment is if he gets.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you? So he is scheduled for an assessment on the 27th of March. So I'm just here. Yes, I'm just here to encourage now that if we do make bond, make sure to report here on the 3rd floor, okay? And we'll reach out to you.
Okay.
All right, and what date is that?
March 27th, Your Honor, at 11 a.m.
Did you get a phone call?
Yes, I'll make sure you go with the card, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Perfect.
I'm sorry, March 27th at,
At 11 a.m.
all right, state.
Judge, I'm pulling up his criminal history in Bear County right now. If I can have just a.
Sure.
Thank you, Judge, my fault.
I guess their computers are just as slow as yours.
Yes, mine is still
That's the
circling.
county way. Long for the old days, the dot matrix printed TCIC and CIC in the
Yeah,
where you had to rip the sides off.
yes.
I do see conviction in 2020 for ABR.
Okay. And do you have a place to stay?
Yes,
And is that with someone?
Yes.
And are there any minors in? With, is that a relative?
Yes.
And who is it? Is your mother or father?
Father.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. In 2025 CR 009908, the court is going to find that the defendant did not willfully fail to appear. The court will set the bond at $3,500. The court is going to order supportive outpatient treatment, waive the fees. There's to be regular UAs, waive fees. And as a part of your condition of bond, I'm going to order that you meet with Veterans Treatment Court on March 27th at 11 a.m. Is there anything else with regards to that?
No, thank you, Judge.
All right, and then in cause number 2020 CR 00982. Odyssey says no match found.
They dismissed that case then, Judge. We can.
The court and that cause number is going to set your bond at $2,500.
The one for 3,500, one for 2,500, right?
Yes. For
Okay.
35 and one for
Alright.
25.
Thank you.
Again, the court is going to find that the defendant did not willfully fail to appear. Court is going to order supportive outpatient treatment, waive the fees, regular UAs, waive fees. And the court is going to order that you meet with VTC on March 27, 2026 at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Is there anything else from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, off the record, VTC?
Yep.
If for some reason he's not able to bond out, is there any way you could see if it could be expedited?
100%. So we can actually, we had it set up already through our contact in the jail to where we'll do a Zoom. We do about a couple a week to where she'll reach out, get a date, and then we'll have our VJOs get on the Zoom as well with me, and we'll knock it out. So we'll, depending on what plays out here, that we'll jump on either.
All right, and if you contact VTC and make sure they know whether he's out or not.
Okay.
All right, is there anything else?
About the outpatient thing, so when I bond out, I go see some outpatient like that?
Yes, what's going to end up happening is pretrial services will reach out to you and they will give you what they approve for outpatient treatment. But since you're a veteran, they should allow you to go to the VA for that.
Yeah, that's kind of proof of that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And if there's some issues or you have questions about anything, make sure you contact your attorney, or either if you get confused on dates, you can come back here and the clerks will let you know where you're supposed to be.
So I get a whole, here, the pretrial services when I bond out and they'll guide from there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
ma'am.
You're welcome. Who's next?
Yes, I have Matthew Allen asking for a Victor Espinosa that is not on our docket today, sir. But he's requesting to approach.
All right, if it's not on the docket today, we're busy.
We did explain everything. So
All right, so who's next?
And then I have Renee Munoz for bank situation.
Okay, who's next?
After that, I have James Lord, page 8, 1 down.
All right, James Lord.
Certificate of appeal.
All right, on James Lord, I need a certification of appeal.
Judge, I
Mhm.
need a coach on this.
Yeah.
This was an MTR. Mr. Lord couldn't make it over. By the time we were going to put him in we're going to withdraw the MTR and put him in, sorry, the program name. Anyway, we had to have him reevaluate to see whether he would go to the ISF cognitive,
Mhm.
which he is in agreement with going, and they were going to withdraw the MTR, but you wanted us to come back and make sure the evaluation was good, that this is what the court was going to do.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you and I are the only two people, the same people that were here that day. The probation,
You're the only people.
the probation was somebody else and the state was somebody else.
Okay, just 1 second. But I do remember this case and there were some cognitive issues.
Cognitive issues, and I've spoken with him on Zoom a couple of times, and he wants to go to the ISF cognitive to get it over with.
All right, so the evaluation has been completed?
Yes, ma'am, from what I understand.
Just 1 second.
I just can't remember what the other program they were trying to put him into, but he wouldn't qualify for that. My notes not.
It's probably like DDRF or something. All right, so this is what I'm gonna tell you. You've got to make sure that you stay in contact with probation. You can't disappear, you understand? Otherwise, what's gonna end up happening is another motion to revoke is gonna be filed. And then what you're looking at, according to the plea bargaining agreement you reach, is 4 years in the prison, you understand? Not saying that I would give that, not saying that I would revoke you, but that's what you're looking at if a motion to revoke is filed, you understand? All right, Ms. Abrams, on this case, James Lord,
Yes, Judge.
my understanding, I'm so sorry, everyone, just give me a moment. So probation on this one, there's to be a withdrawal, is that correct?
Judge, I don't know about the withdrawal part of it. I'm not quite sure about that. I just know that, there was a top revision done for him to go to state ISF. I do have the notes that the CLO, when I was in my absence, put into our system, if you'd like to review.
Yes, no, I have it. He was supposed to be evaluated for cognitive.
So they did the revision for the TAP and, we just need to get the paperwork done for it.
Okay.
So, is it to be withdrawn
It
or?
was supposed to be a withdrawal
Okay,
and
you can
then,
do the withdrawal.
all right, thank you. And so his conditions will be altered and amended for a cognitive ISF.
Okay, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, do you have any questions about anything?
You answered pretty much everything I asked.
Okay, so you're gonna remain in custody till transfer? All right, thank you.
Big Jim, maybe excuse?
Yes.
Thank you.
So Ryan? Kelly, Jean, Kevin? You want to go? Christine, Amanda, what about? Yours.
There you go. All right, who's next?
Does it go, have it this to me, or Mr. Matthew Levin, changes this?
Okay, so who do we have on the docket?
That
That is
amendment
ready.
was not on the docket.
No,
The
no, no,
first
give
that is
me-
ready,
Give
I
me
should-
everyone who is on the docket first because they go first.
I understand.
Thanks.
Is the interpreter? Yes, I have Santiago Hernandez, page 3, or then.
All right, Santiago
Israel Flores.
Hernandez Santiago.
Are we first, Judge?
Yes. Hello.
Morning, Judge.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
We're missing a dash cam, Your Honor. We've gave the court, sorry, not the court, the state notice of that via email, and they said they will be working on that.
State, do you know how long it will take for the dash cam on this one? It's an evading arrest.
Judge, I'll send an email to
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 40-day reset for discovery.
You said 45?
40. All right, April 13th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Yes,
And Judge, this was for discovery?
yes. All right, who's next?
Joseph Gonzalez, page 6, 2 down.
Joseph Gonzalez.
I gotta go in for somebody else.
Hello.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
They don't go find the teacher.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning. All right, so on this case, where are we on defense? You're receiving information from the state.
Your Honor, you hit the nail on the head. Mr. Prater is gonna try and get a video that was taken by a witness, which will be defining in the case specifically towards operation. And then I'm also working on my end on trying to get some things as well. It looks like a third setting, but I think it's really a second.
Mhm.
But in any case, whatever you want to give us is fine.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 45-day reset for discovery. Because I know it takes a while when you're dealing with witnesses.
Sounds good.
All right, we're gonna come back on April 16th. And it's for your attorney to have the information she needs to proceed.
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions?
I don't know.
All right, thank you. Just have a seat and she'll bring the reset form to you.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you. You're welcome. All right, who's next?
I think she's already the defendant in Dutch 2 week. Yeah, we're just waiting on her. Figure out. That's Mariah, right? That's Mariah. Yeah, she's next.
Yeah, working magic.
And this, did you all speak with probation?
Me and myself, I did not judge that was pregnancy by the attorney.
All right, yeah, y'all need to make sure probation is aware of that. And then we'll go from there. Everyone, the court is recessing at noon. And Deputy Laura, I'm gonna stick to my guns. It's gonna be at 12 p.m., not 12:05 with everybody rushing at the last minute. Oh, yeah, Deputy Laura, I need you to enforce that. Don't even ask me any questions. All right, who's here? Mariah Munoz. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, don't fold your arms. It makes everybody, deputies get nervous. Everybody gets.
Oh, okay. I feel tense. I'm
Yeah.
frustrated. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I'm just.
well, I hope you're not frustrated.
Not with you. It's the situation, the whole case in general.
All right, do you need to speak to your attorney about that?
No, I gotta give it to the Lord.
Oh, yeah. I always tell people, let go, let God.
Amen. Yes,
Thank you. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 015731 State versus Mariah Munoz. Could I have parties announced?
Rolando Way with Munoz.
And are you Miss Munoz?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Munoz, did you review the application for
Yes.
deferred adjudication
Yes.
with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Can you speak?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
All right, Miss Munoz, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
All right, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason I do not follow your plea and give you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with defenses?
Yeah, she has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Munoz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's $1,000 fine probated, and the state is recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years, 100 hours community service restitution, the DOEP course, and MRT. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Judge, you have to say exhibit number 1, including all of its attack.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept it to evidence, states exhibits 1 and attachments, or review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits one and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. All right. All right, who's next?
Yes, and I have Edward Rivera, page 5, 3 down.
Edward Vera. And then Bashan, I think they gave you a motion to withdraw.
You're trying to sit down. I'm trying to sit down, but I have to. I have to. And we're trying to alter and amend his conditions, but I need to look at what we are altering.
Okay. All right, is the attorney here on Vera?
Yes.
He stepped out.
Okay. All right, could an attorney, if you could step in the hallway, somebody see if Mr. Patrick Yamas is back there, if he could come. Yamas?
Judge, may I approach on that?
Yes.
So this is Mr. Espinosa. He came in to turn himself in today. There's a warrant because of an MTR. ADA Galloway is going to withdraw the motion, and then we're asking the court to alter and amend for some conditions.
All right, and can you pull, do you have a motion to revoke?
Yes, Judge, here it is. And those are the, that's what we want to alter and amend for.
All right. Victor Espinoza. Come up, please. All right.
Yes, sir.
So it's my understanding that there's been a motion to withdraw the MTR. So I'm going to sign that, but there are going to be conditions that will be added.
Yes, Your Honor.
And I'm assuming part of withdrawal, and this is my making assumption, is there certain discovery issues that are not available. So the court is going to withdraw, alter and amend to include DWI education, VIP live. There is going to be sober support meetings. Do we need an updated tap on him?
Judge, I would have to look at it.
And those sober support meetings is going to be 20 and 20 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
But yes, tap is necessary.
All right. And there's going to be an updated TAP evaluation. Follow TAP results. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor, I'm grateful for this opportunity.
You need to follow through. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Paul, Judge.
Yes.
Can I get that case number, Judge, since it was all copies?
It's 2022 CR 7419. If you can give that to Miss Abrams.
Your Honor, when you get the
Yeah.
plea packet, the state needs to review the discovery, the item stipulations.
All right, who else is next?
I need to reapproach, Your Honor.
All right, who do you have?
Montoya?
He hasn't signed in yet, Judge. He's back there.
It's the one that you asked to be interviewed by the,
Veterans Treatment
Mhm.
Court? Yes, what do you have for me?
they talked to him and we're trying to see if we can reset this for in April. They said they can have the information by then.
All right, Mr. Montoya, if you'll come forward.
Judge,
Montoya.
just to give you a quick update, Mr. Herman said that if we could reset it toward the end of April because March is already filled up.
Okay.
But he did speak with him and they are on the same page and he knows what he needs to do this afternoon.
All right, if you don't follow through, what's gonna end up happening is there gonna be problems. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have all the information and you know what you need to do?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need this recalled at the end of April. He's gonna be interviewed by VTC.
I can do, April 30th.
Okay.
All right, April 30th.
So after we do that, and have the execution.
Yes, once he signs the reset form. All right, who's next?
Patrick Lamas, is he here?
All right,
Arnold Bena, page 10, two down.
Arnold.
Arnold Pena.
Can I get on the
Thank
list?
you.
No, I don't want to wait for you to swear him in. Thanks. Got it.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, so are you all proceeding on the motion?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 010725 State versus Arnold Pena. Pena,
Pena.
Pena. I don't know where can't roll my words together. All right. All right, so I need the stipulations, please.
Oh, I just put it up for motion. One moment, please. I didn't get everything.
All right, what I can tell parties is I'm not gonna make a ruling on the motion to withdraw his plea because there are only specific reasons for why a plea is allowed to be withdrawn legally. But your attorney has filed a motion to withdraw.
Okay.
And Cindy, we're on the record, correct? All right. And State, do you have any objection to the defense's motion to withdraw?
Withdraw.
No, to withdraw from,
Withdraw full.
all right. Mr. Pena, do you have any objection to your counsel's motion to withdraw as counsel?
No.
All right, so that will be granted. Your excuse.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, just have a seat.
Thank you.
Just a second.
Sorry.
So did we take care of, yes, we did. Did we have Patrick Lamas here?
No.
Okay, then we're gonna go to Christina Moreno, page 10, two down.
All right, if this is a motion to revoke, you say page 10?
Yes, I'm two down, but she's on another page as well, too.
No, she's not on page 10.
No? Okay. I just see her on another page.
What is her name?
Christina Moreno.
All right, Christine Moreno, come forward.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi, so why were you late for court? All right, so here's the thing. Docket starts at 9, okay? All right, where are we on Discovery Council?
State has got to check out, potential, reimbursement.
Mhm.
What he finds out could affect the causation in this case.
All right, Ms.
But-
Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset for Discovery and state your tender an offer. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Woods.
Good. Could we do this maybe like in 28 days? I'm having knee surgery April 1.
Okay, he wants it done in 28 days. Let me ask you this, State, when you think you will have the information for defense counsel?
It's fine. Look at the video of the lunch. I think that there is a Kodak camera that is relevant to the issue.
All right, Norma, let's recall this back in 3 weeks, and if y'all can't do it, just confer off docket, let me know, and it'll be reset.
That'll work. That'll work.
All right, what date? 3 weeks.
March 23rd.
All right, March 23rd. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, who's next?
Israel Flores, I'm doing a plea on that one right now. For funds, I have an Austin Lopez. I do not have the page.
Augustine Lopez. Well, no, I haven't. Well, I don't know.
It's been a while since I've seen you. Your face looks thin.
Yes.
I mean, it just does.
Well, you know what I've done? Sodas, soda like off the table.
But did you drink diet sodas before?
No, I think diet sodas just don't taste good to me.
Really?
To me, if you're gonna go, you.
Yeah, that's the way my brother is. I drink them, not all the time, sometimes.
But now my thing is, because I don't like breakfast, it just doesn't agree with me in the morning. So I'll do a lunch, I'll do dinner, and I don't eat past 7.
Really?
No, and I'm telling you, sometimes when I have other things that I have to attend or, other charity things I have to do, it makes it difficult, but I don't eat past 7.
And you're not diabetic?
No.
I'm diabetic. Eating past 7 thing, that my doctor would love it. I couldn't do it. No way. But yeah,
No, I don't.
it'd be great for you.
Well, I read a book and I try to go to bed. So-
There you go. Yeah.
But I remember reading an article about Lenny Kravitz.
Uh-huh.
And there's a certain time that he doesn't eat past. And so the person who was writing the article said, yeah, but what do you do if you get up in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. and you want something to eat? And he started laughing. He's like, I don't wake up at 3 at night, but he's like, if I did, I just drink some water.
Right.
Yeah. The other key is if you drink an eight ounce glass of water and eat an apple before dinner, you won't eat as much.
Is that true?
Mhm.
Really?
I mean, if you think about it, you'll probably be full.
Yeah. That's it.
We're having weight conversations. How are you doing this morning? All right. So, what is happening with this case?
Judge, the state has fully complied with all discovery requirements. And so
Did they tender an offer?
they did.
Okay.
Yes.
How old are you, sir?
55.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Set this for a plea deadline date in 30 days, please. And you need to make sure you're on time for court, okay?
April 2nd.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you so much, Judge. Thank you. Keep it up.
Oh, I'm gonna do my best. And you know what? I will tell you, I haven't felt it, but yay.
Well, I mean, I'm being as objective as possible. I'm
Okay, I love the objectivity. Don't blow smoke.
Y'all have a great day.
All right, you too.
Don't leave until you sign.
Yeah, we need. It's a Monday.
It's already March.
All right, who's next?
Edward Vera for Patrick Lamas, page 5, 3 down.
Edward Vera.
Come back.
Good morning. All right. All right, so in this case, have you received all discovery?
I have, Your Honor.
And was an offer tendered?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are you?
I'm 36, 70.
You believe? All right. On this case, if we can set this in 45 days for a plea deadline date.
April 16th.
All right, so that would be the plea deadline date.
Sounds good, Your Honor.
Is there anything else?
Your Honor, I filed a motion to amend his bond conditions. I conferred with the state and they have no objections to it. He's currently on partial house arrest. He has no violations. So we're requesting that it be changed to just tracking only.
All right, so just a second before we do that.
He has to go into the bank. He has to go and cuss. I have no idea. That's the first I've seen it.
All right, anyone else ready?
Judge, I don't see a warrant under that.
Hey,
I didn't see one.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not saying there Yes, yeah.
But there's no warrant.
Oh, all of them.
Getting deep in my part.
Just tell them that's what it says. All right, who's here on Israel Flores? What page is he on?
I'm so sorry, Judge. I didn't grab that, Judge. I just was doing the paperwork.
Oh, that's okay. Court is calling 2026 CR 0000709, State versus Israel Flores. Can I have parties announce?
I can now wait for the state.
Charles Bunk for Mr. Flores.
And are you Mr. Flores?
He's suicidal.
Yes.
Mhm.
Are you Mr. Flores?
Counsel, have you received all discovery?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review it with your client?
I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Flores, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, we proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? And sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more, as a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 3 years in the prison.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a $2,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
The state will take in consideration 2026 CR 0000970. There's to be a 2-year license suspension. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has, been to the offense as charged. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
One an attachment.
No objections.
Okay. Oh, is there something for me? All right. Did you review, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We believe he's worthy of the plea bargain. We ask you to follow it.
All right, the court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrently. Court will take in consideration 2026 CR 0000970. There should be 2-year license suspension, and the court will recommend the therapeutic community. Excuse me, miss, I'm gonna need you to take a seat. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. The therapeutic community does not increase the time that you're in custody. It's to help you with rehabilitation. Once you're released from custody, if you need help finding a sober support home or a transitional home, I'm still here. You come back, I'll pick up the phone, call somebody and help you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Was that 2 or 3?
3.
3.
Judge, on the withdrawal of plea, I've conferred with him. Can we reset it for a little bit of time so I can go through the discovery with him?
All right, in which,
Arnold Pena, the one I took over for Mr. Campbell,
all right, can you give me the cause number?
2025 CR 010725.
010725.
Yes,
All right, did you confer with Ms. Ferguson on a date?
I haven't yet. We're going to. I just wanted
Alright,
to
if
keep
you'll-
to check with you and let you know.
Okay, if you'll give me a date.
Okay. To get a date for me, I'm just gonna suggest Thursday, April the 9th. April the 9th, Judge.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
And number, what page is Pena on? All right, thank you. All right, who's next?
Yes, ma'am. Kenneth Mendez, page 2, down.
Kenneth Mendez.
You can go back. I'll email you about the later. So if it does.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, so good morning. How are you doing today?
Okay.
Okay, so where are we on his cases?
We have discovery, we have an offer. We're just asking for a short reset for a plea deadline, just 2 weeks.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2-week reset on Mendez for a plea deadline date.
2 weeks, Judge?
Yes.
March 16th.
All right, March 16th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a seat, sir. I'll take you right now.
All right, who's next?
Yes, ma'am. Rudy Camacho, page 5 on the first one.
Rudy Camacho. All right, where is he? He's coming. All right, counsel, where are we on discovery?
Judge, we have not gotten discovery yet, but I've looked at it through just now. And the state's gonna recommend pretrial diversion, so.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PTD date.
Yep, and I can do April 2nd.
Second, thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Who's next?
I do not have anybody ready yet, Judge. I'm getting a plea.
All right, everyone, the court is recessing at noon, and you'll have to come back this afternoon if you're not taken care of before noon. Jeremiah Mark. Rudy Madrigal. Amber Cortez. Is she here? All right, you'll need to be seated on the second row, please. Angelo John. All right, Norma, on Angelo John, there's already a warrant. Am I understanding he's in Harris County? I'm sorry, Jeremiah Mark. It already shows us in the system that there may be a warrant.
Yes, he's in Harris County.
Okay. So when are we gonna have him here?
You give me any, Judge, I can do it like on March 16th.
Okay, so March 16th. And if you'll let the attorney know. And Norma, on Rudy Madrigal.
Okay.
Are you able to recall that for Thursday?
Jeff, I might get back for Thursday.
Okay.
Alright, so for some reason.
Because I see it's the first setting, the attorney is not here as well, so there may be an issue with notice by Odyssey. Yes.
Is that it?
What's the other thing?
Can I just double check?
I just didn't know.
Yes.
1 second, I'll go check this.
Oh.
Just give me a moment. I have to put something in the system.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm switching.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sure.
Thank you so much.
Will we go before noon?
I hope so. It just depends on the clerk.
All right, yes.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe we have an understanding on Amber Cortez. She's accepted an offer. I was just wondering, what time was Your Honor coming back after lunch?
We will be back at 1:30.
Okay, then I'll just have her come back at then.
All right, Norma Cortez is gonna be back at 1:30. And that's for disposition. Yes.
I've got Frank Garza, I think on your docket. I think he's got a new case on an MTR. I'm still tied up upstairs, down the hall, actually.
What's
Can we-
happening in the 290?
I've got a trial setting down there, but I'm trying to work something out, but this is one of 6 today. And I'm just.
Sorry, who's your person?
Frank Garza. Can we recall it like Wednesday or Thursday? I've got to be in Honda this afternoon. Otherwise I'd come back.
Have you conferred with the state to see if they're okay with recalling it?
I'm sorry,
Have you conferred with the
I
state?
haven't confirmed with two other courts.
No, I mean, confer with the state to see if they have any objections to recalling it.
I will do that.
All right, if
I
you'll
just-
let me know.
Hang up. Hang up your phone. No phone record.
All right, anyone ready?
Yes, ma'am, right here. Mr. Pierce.
Yes. All right, Brandon Pearson,
Ready, I'm not good.
is there an application?
No, Judge.
No, ma'am.
1 year state jail is the plea bargain.
Court is calling 2025 CR 14577, State versus Brandon Pearson. All right, could I have parties announced?
And Ernest Acevedo for Mr. Person, we're ready on this plea.
All right, and are you Mr. Person?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Person, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yeah, Judge.
Mr. Person, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? All right, your charge of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, less than 1 gram as a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Harrison, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. The state will take in consideration 2025 CR 15675, 2025 CC 008141, and 2026 PF 05944. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
It is, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence?
Judge, we have to take exam number 1, including all this stuff.
No objections.
All right, state you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
I did, yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, we're asking you to follow the plea bargain and just to give him credit for the time he has served.
All right, the court will sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. Take in consideration 2025 CR 015 675 and 2025 CC 008141, 2026 PF 05944, and the court will recommend the therapeutic community. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
And did you sign it?
yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, you're gonna have to get your life in order. Otherwise, what's gonna end up happening, you're gonna keep coming back in and out of custody, in and out of jail. I do not have any jurisdiction to force them to place you in the therapeutic community. It will be placed in the judgment that I'm recommending that for you, but you'll need to ask for it. It doesn't increase the time that you're in custody. It's just to help rehabilitate you. Once you're released from custody, if I'm still here and you need help finding a transitional sober living facility, you come back here, I'll pick up the phone and help, okay? All right, good luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Right, and state you have the dismissal.
Dude, Judge. One is it's a misdemeanor out of County Court 15. I'll step down there and have Judge up.
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And thank you kindly, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
So preparing the two, please.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Alan? Hopefully before 12. Huh? Okay.
Oh, Adriana.
Yes.
If it's his, the only thing I would need is the amended, plea bargain page and not the full thing.
We redid it.
Oh,
Paperwork,
okay.
so we just have to swear into the new one, but everything else.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Those therapists.
And it's good. Yeah, I don't.
Judge, this morning I brought this defendant over so she can sign paperwork for, safety. The only reason why she wasn't accepted into felony drug court was those two cases right
Okay.
there. I spoke with Megan and Megan was willing to TIC that once I verified with felony drug court that she would actually be accepted.
Okay.
So I have the re-referral.
Mhm.
Ms. Zamarone said she would put her on the docket for this week. She would be accepted, so we just needed to get that signed.
All right, thank you. Here you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, we get the White House. And then it's-
And Norma, is Melissa Christian and David Garcia on vacation as well?
I know they came in for a few minutes. He said he was gonna come back,
Okay.
David,
but he didn't ask for him.
David said Melissa's on vacation.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then she's supposed to be in the Capitol in Dallas this week with this law.
okay. So we need to reset Mr. Trujillo.
Oh, we're off YouTube.
Yeah. All right, so what date for her? And where's Pecos County, West Texas? Okay,
So I'm gonna do the 23rd on that one.
all right, so March 23rd?
That's fine.
Yes. Isn't there a country song about West Texas by Marty Robbins? Where he met a Mexican girl?
No, that's El Paso.
Oh, that's El Paso, yes. Okay, have you ever listened to that song? That
Yes.
song is so sad.
We died for her.
Oh, well, no, don't put that on her. That was him. He did that all on his
They
own.
did have a bar.
Yeah.
That's out of town.
Cindy, I'm surprised that you blaming her.
No, he chose to die for her, but he died for her. Cause he had to go see her, so they killed him.
Yeah.
Caught up to him,
Well, he should have,
stayed away, but he couldn't.
I mean, even in the Western days, they had a telegram. Should have sent a telegram.
He said he was coming back. We still have, Miss Connolly. Client down here. Yeah, right now. Yes.
See y'all Wednesday.
All right, bye-bye.
He's coming back. Okay, well, he's coming back. Sweet.
It includes Fort Stockton, which I actually went and applied for a job out there one time. Oh, just the drive. I was like, oh heck no, not. This is not happening. What? Winter. Let me double check that. It's 36. 36. Oh, that's right.
Adios.
Oh, no, she's taking it. Downstairs. And you have.
All right, Isabel Kalunga.
Adriana.
And are there any applications in this case?
Yes, sir.
All right, court is calling 2026 CR 000040 and 2026 CR 002949 State versus Isabel Kalunga. Can I have parties announced?
Teresa Conley from Miss Kalunga.
And are you Miss Kalunga?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
And each cause number, the court will find the state is in compliance with discovery. In the cause number 2026 CR 002949. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did you? All right, on this one, I don't have the waiver.
It's at the bottom of the plea page.
Yes, ma'am, I didn't unstate it, but I'm sorry. The block page behind the plea bargaining agreement.
No, there's nothing behind the.
I think it was tabled to the waiver. It's the last page.
I'm not sure.
This is in regard to the no case. We just signed.
Oh, it's to the wrong cause number.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. And cause number 2026 CR 002949. Did you review the waiver of indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury review the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not to hold you up for trial?
I do.
And did you also understand your attorney has certain rights? Your attorney has the right for the passage of 2 days upon presentation of the information and also 10 days to prepare for trial. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to enter into a plea and give up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. And did you review the information with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, you're waiving the reading of the information?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then in cause number 2026 CR 0040, did you review the indictment in that case with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State in each of the cause numbers, are you proceeding on the indictment and information as presented? In each cause number, did you review the court's admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Moment. And cause number 2026 CR 000040, you're charged with the offense of tampering or fabricating physical evidence with intent to impair as a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. And the other cause number, by information, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. And each cause number, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering into these pleas, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in each of the cause number?
Yes.
And the cause number, that's the state jail felony. If the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason you are revoked, the court could sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. And the cause number for the third-degree felony, if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
I do not.
Counsel, in each cause number, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Kalanga, on each cause number, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering these pleas, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
I'm a U.S. citizen, ma'am. Yes.
All right. In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. In each cause number, did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes.
In each cause number, punishment is to be assessed at a $1,200 fine. State is recommending deferred adjudication. The cause numbers will run concurrently. The state will take in consideration 2025 PF 38702, PF 07268, and PF 07269. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, sir.
In each cause number, did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Absolutely, ma'am.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, any of such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
And the cause number ending in 40, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
And the cause number ending in 49, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest, ma'am.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments in both causes.
No objection. No.
All right, state, you may be excused. In each cause number, did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Absolutely.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, in each cause number, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, Ms. Kalunga is very embarrassed by the situation. She has moved to Bandera. I'd like to have that transferred if you're willing to grant probation.
All right, and what city is that?
I'm sorry?
Bandera.
County, I think Bandera County. I think.
What city is that?
Bandera.
Oh, Bandera for Bandera County. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
Well, I have just a 17-year-old that's going to, she lives in Campbellton, Texas with her father. But she signed on for 20 years in the Army. So she's doing very well, and all my kids graduated and stuff. I never got in trouble till this last year, being in the wrong part of town. I really am sorry. And
Okay, so here's the thing. Wrong part of town.
I
you
know, I
you
can't believe that.
You know how part of town become part of town? Because people are in that area of town doing wrong things. Yeah. So this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you and the cause number ending in 49. Court is going to sentence you to a $1,200 fine. That'll be probated, 5 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, transfer to Bandera County, 120 hours of community service restitution, TAP evaluation out of custody, follow TAP recommendations, field visits, if they do field visits 1 time per month until further notice.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm disabled. I don't know if,
What is your disability?
well, I have nerve damage on half of my face. So I cannot feel it. I get like, these pains that come around my ears and stuff like that. I got it.
You'll have to provide proof of that to probation.
I understand that.
And then you'll have to have proof from a doctor saying that you're unable to work.
Okay.
Probation, is there anything else under that cause number?
Judge, in Derrick County is one of the counties that we have an agreement with, where they still report here in Derrick County.
Okay.
But the only issue is the bill visit. Want completely transfer or just her reporting here?
Well, I mean, I'll put down that she's allowed to reside in Bandera County.
Thank you, Your
Thank you,
Honor.
Judge.
Yes.
And nothing else on that, Judge.
All right. And that cause number, did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. All right, next we're proceeding with 2026 CR 000040. Court is going to sentence you to a $1,200 fine. That will be probated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This will run, you're welcome. This will run concurrent with 2026 CR 002949. Take in consideration 2025 PF 38702, PF 0768, PF 07269. There's a regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment. I'll give you 45 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. No residing in households with minors. Defendant allowed to reside in Bandera County. TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow TAP recommendations. 120 hours of community service restitution. Probation, is there anything else?
It mentioned the appointment, right, Judge?
Yes, proof of employment within 45 days. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
I understand.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
You're
you, Your
welcome.
Honor.
God bless
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you. All right, so I'm just, yeah, that's done. So I'm just gonna do Mr. Arguelles' thing, and then we're going on recess. What's happening with your thing?
Judge, I spoke with the state. They have no problem if we can recall Mr. Garza for Thursday.
All right, Norma Garza is gonna be recalled for Thursday.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
This is the one we're looking at on.
Yes. Munoz.
Thank you. For doing that.
Just a second, I need to put something in the system. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 015731 State versus Mariah Munoz. Can I have parties announced?
Ready for the state?
Ronda Western with Munoz.
And you're Miss Munoz?
Yes.
All right. All right, it's the court's understanding that the only admonitions that I need to admonish you on are the changes of your plea bargain agreement. So the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of attempted possession of a controlled substance less than 1 gram as a Class A misdemeanor. Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And according to your plea, the state is going to recommend deferred adjudication. Those are the only changes. Is that correct from each side?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's correct, Judge.
All right. As previously stated, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just the court follow the agreement between us and the state of Texas.
All right. All right, the court is going to sentence you to an $800 fine. That will be probated. Court will sentence you to 1 year deferred adjudication. There's to be 100 hours community service restitution. Your children, they are minors.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to order parenting classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Court is going to order the DOEP course, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Where you're staying, are there minors in the home?
I'm currently homeless.
All right. Probation, can we see about helping her with housing?
She's at Haven for Hope currently,
All
Judge,
right.
but yes.
Looking to get into
Yeah.
it.
All right. They have that program, Vashon, that probably can help her brighter communities. All right, so they'll do a referral. It's a very good program.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then I'm gonna do no residing in households with minors. That'll change for the court once you proven to me, and I've seen some parenting classes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else?
I'm sorry, could you give me the offense?
Oh, it is attempted possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 less than 1 gram.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Nothing else.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Bus passes would be nice to get on the bus.
Oh, actually,
I
probation
mean,
will be able to help you with that.
Okay, I'm pretty sure my church can help me with the rest.
Okay. All righty. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because it's a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. In this courtroom, communication is key. If you want to be successful on probation, do not disappear. That's the worst thing that you can do.
Yes, ma'am.
If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If they're not addressing, you can come back to court and tell me about it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All righty.